Άγιος Βασίλης έρχεται και δε μας καταδέχεται από την Κεσαρία. Γεια σου αρχόντισσα Κυρία, ορτά πένα και χαρτί, ζαχαροκάντιο ζυμώτη, χαρτί και καλαμάρι, δέσκαινε το παλικάρι.
This was Mom singing the New Year's Eve song. Now here comes the story of Mom's life.
Well, here I am. My name is Irene Zoudelekis. I'm born in the island of Nisiros Nikia, Dodekanissa, and I have my father's name was Dimitrios, my mother's name was Maria. I have 10 brothers and sisters. I lost my brother. My brother, he was 14 years old. His name was John, and he went fishing, and unfortunately, they killed him with a dynamite. They threw the dynamite at the water instead to throw the dynamite at the spot where it was the fish. They threw in their own boat where my brother was sitting down, and they killed him completely. And then my father, maybe I forget to say at the beginning, my father was mayor for 30 years in the same island. We used to belong to the Italian government from 1914 to 1948. So, and then my father went to the island of Rhodes to see my family, my rest brothers and my mother, and come back to the island where we born in the Nisiros. They drowned him in the Greek and English boat. It was only 6 miles from Rhodos to go to Nisiros, so unfortunately I lost my father that way too. And then how I was about 19 years old, my husband came from America. He was here before. He came back to our country to spend their money to build his sister's house, because the tradition there, if you have a sister, you're not married, you have to build a house for them, you have to make the expenses for the wedding for them, and then you're allowed to marry. So this is the way I met my husband. And then my mother had another baby after we lost my brother, and they named him John too. And that baby boy, he was about 9 months old. One day, I was carrying my brother walking in the street, and I met my husband. I was dressed complete black. And he fell in love with him. But the first time he met me, he fell in love with me. So we was going together for 9 months, and then we married. We married in the same place, July 20, 1924. We got married. And then 2 weeks after, we left from America. We left from Nisiros coming to America. So we came into Athens, Greece. Our money, it was not exactly comfortable. It was economized. Coming to Athens, we stay in a cheap hotel. We used to go out to the cheap restaurants to have enough money to coming back to America. My husband says to me, Irene, I don't want to borrow any money from anybody. I have to economize our money to go back to America. So we stay in Athens about 2 months. We used to go out in the cheap restaurants to have enough money, and then we bought the last boat came to America. The name of that boat, it was Themistocles. So it took us 1 month and the water to come into America. We even forget what the people tell us. People from there, they have the kids here. There's some says, tell my son this, tell my daughter. We forget all about 1 month we were looking the water and the skies. Anyhow, so when we came into America, I suppose he was a veteran, yes. And he says to me, you don't have to worry, because a lot of people in the boat, they was thinking they came from America and Greece, they married a woman, and they was afraid if they not allow them to get out, some they have some eye sickness, some they have the sickness on paper, it was not right. My husband says to me, you don't have to have enough worry for nothing, everything is okay. But when we came into what he says to me, Irene, this is America. From Long Beach, Long Island, he pointed to me the light. He says to me, we are in America already, so be happy. So we came in, they asked me, and in Greek language, some gentleman says to me, can't you write your name in Greek? I say, yes. So I write my name in Greek. And then he says to me, lady, wait, you have to wait. So I got scared, I was shaking. My husband says to him, what is the trouble, mister? He says, it's 4:30. If he was here 4:30, he was going to get up. But if he was here 4 o'clock, you were going to take her home with you, but now she have to stay 1 night in the Ellis Island. When they told me that, because talking the boat, everybody says, it's something wrong, they tell you to go to the Ellis Island, and then you don't know, maybe you're going to stay a month, maybe you're going to stay 6 months, maybe, anyway. So they took me to Ellis Island. When I see that beautiful place, but to me, it was, I don't know where was I don't know what people are going to meet, and then I say to myself, I don't know how long I'm going to stay, maybe I stay months, maybe I stay years, who knows. And then the gentleman, the guy who take care, my husband says to me, please take care of my wife, because she just came in from the other side, she don't speak English. So the guy was so gentleman, God bless him. He says to me, don't worry. And then he pointed to me, up in the balconies, which is, I don't know how much the distance, how big. He says to me, you see over there all these people, all of them are Greeks. So you go up there, stay with them until everything is going to be all right. So my husband gave me a kiss goodbye. He says, don't worry, Irene, maybe tomorrow you're going to be the first one, you're going to go home. So he pointed me to go upstairs with the elevator. Everybody was going up with the elevator, and me, I standing there like I stood looking around, and I see the escalator. It was, I don't know how far to walk to go to the escalator, and then go back to the balcony to meet the Greek people. So when I went to there, they was very nice. So yes and no. They say to me, why are you coming in? I say, I don't know why. I say, my husband is better. And they say, oh, that means tomorrow you go home. So they stay, they talk to me very, very nice. Some woman says to me, oh, don't worry, you know how long I'm here? 1.5 years. When I heard 1.5 years, I said to myself, that means maybe I stay 1 year, maybe I stay 2 years in. And I started crying. Everybody tried to be good to me, to talk to me nice. In the meantime, somebody came in and rang the bell. And I said to them, what is that bell for? He says, we're going downstairs and we're going to eat. So I followed them. I go down, the big, beautiful tables, everything. They give me a seat to sit down. I sit, the first thing I suppose was prunes. I never eaten them before. I don't know what it was. So they grabbed the dishes, the other ladies next to me, to feed the children. I don't eat nothing. Nothing I don't put in my mouth. What I carry with me, it was only my handkerchief with my passport in it. Anyhow, after we're going upstairs, 9 o'clock, the bell ring again. I say to them, what is that bell for? They say to me, this is we're going to go to sleep. So we went to sleep. They put me in a bunk bed. 2 Italian girls sleep at the top, and I sleep at the bottom. And I have my passport and one big light across the wall. I keep my eyes up and cry all night long. That night I was crying because I was afraid I was going to be in maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, maybe. Well, anyhow, the next morning, 5 o'clock, everybody up. I saw them started cleaning their teeth, and I said to them, what is that for? They said to me, this is to clean your teeth. So I took my finger, I don't have to clean or nothing. I took my finger and I cleaned my teeth a little bit, and then down again the bell ring to go for breakfast. Go down for breakfast, I zip my mouth, I don't put nothing in it. I don't hungry, I don't know if it was food, what it was it. So I sit next to them, they say, you're not going to eat? No, I say, I'm not hungry. So now they took everything, they grabbed it from me to give it to Peter and children. God bless them, I was not going to eat them anyhow. So, 8:45, we go upstairs again. Everybody go with the elevator, I walk the steps again, the escalator, walking, I don't know how many steps, go up and then go around to meet a Greek woman over there. So when I went to them, and I saw a man coming up with a briefcase under his arm, he put a chair and he stepped on it, and the people said to me, I don't be surprised, you're going to be the first one. So I was standing there, I don't know what to do. He called my name, still I don't go to him. So one Greek lady says to me, lady, you better run over them because you might lose you, and then you're going to be wait until they call you next time. So I went back to the man, says to me, what is your name? Of course in English. I understand not much, I say. In Greek, I say, my name is Irene Zuveliakis. So he gave me a piece of paper. He says, go downstairs. Now, go downstairs. I don't know what he meant. I stand in there and hold my paper. And somebody pushed me, says, lady, you better run because if somebody goes into the court. Now, court, I don't know what it means. So he pushed me, he says to me, come on with me. So he took me, I said to him, I point to him, I say, please, no, not to the elevator. I want to walk all the way around and go down with the steps. So the poor man, he was in good rest and peace if he passed away or he's still alive. He helped me to go downstairs. Now, go downstairs, he pointed to me one door to go in. So the other guy from yesterday, he recognized me, he says to me, all right? I say, all right. And then he showed me to go into the court. Now, going to the court, I saw 3 gentlemen sitting and with their black robes, and one of them says to me in Greek, you want us to examine you in the front of your horseman, or you want to be... I said to myself, in Greek, I said to him, mister, I don't do nothing wrong. He says, no, you don't do nothing wrong, but this is the rules of the court. We have to ask you, you prefer, we examine you in the front of... Here the door open. My horsemen opened the door, they come to hug me, and they said to him, mister, wait, give yourself time. Now, the worst of all, it was my husband had only $5 all capital we ever had. Money to get off in the United States. So he found the $5 he held in the right hand, and he tried to pull him out, but he don't open it. The guy says to him, that's all right, sir, that's all right, take your wife and go home. Now, outside the Ellis Island, it was my father's sister and a relative of mine, cousin. They wait for us to take us to their house because we know with their money it was very tough. So my father's sister took us to her house, 579th Avenue, New York City. So she took us over there, and everybody, all the relatives came to welcome us and everybody. So she has a nice dinner for us. She has a nice Greek ouzo. We call them ouzo, or Italian they call them anise. So she treated us everything. The first night, the second day, she says to me, now this was my father's sister. She says to me, you know, Irene, whatever expenses I make last night, it was my own. But from today on, we're going to pay 50-50. Now, my husband, the second day, he started looking for job. He went to the place and Broadway, New York City, of course, and the name, it was Lobster. And he went to find a job, but he was rather working as a waiter. You know, the waiters, they make more money at the capital. So they offered him a job as a captain. It was not enough for him. So after that, he went to the Hotel Algonquin, 44th Street and 6th Avenue, and he found a nice job. He started working there. Third day we was in America, he started working. So my aunt, she tried to help us. Instead, she says to me, Irene, from today on, we're going to pay the expenses 50-50. 50-50, she has 10 people sleep in the house because she owns a big house. And they pay the rent. She fed them, they pay her separate. She wanted me to pay 50-50. So anyhow, from there we stayed 3 months. I was not satisfied because there was too many people in and out. My poor husband never at home. I have to pay 50-50. And then we found 2 bedrooms, 44th Street, 8th Avenue. Close to 8th Avenue. So we found a 2 rooms apartment, no mattress, nothing. My husband went to buy a mattress. He holds the mattress, he brings him and put him in the bed. And then at the same time he says to me, now Irene, I'm looking to have something homemade to cook. Anyhow, so my husband was anxious when we found the 2 rooms apartment, no bedroom in it, the bedroom was outside, no shower. I was going to go across the street every morning to take a shower and come back home. Well, anyhow, so he was anxious for me to make something home cooking, and I don't know nothing. I don't even know how to make a tea. I don't even know how to make a coffee. So he says to me, follow me. So I went with him to 9th Avenue, New York City. 9th Avenue was a big market with vegetables and everything. So he showed to me the corn and the cup. He says to me, Irene, you know, I like them, but I never eat them. I don't know how to cook them. So he says to me, I said to him, John, I don't know how to. He says to me, you know, boil water and put them in maybe 15 minutes. That's all. So the next morning, I was so anxious, so proud of myself. I get up, he went to work. 8 o'clock, he's supposed to come back for 12:30 for lunch and go back. He has a middle watch. Then go back afternoon, he come back and then night 1 o'clock. So I say I only have to cook 1 meal for my husband today. So I get up and I walk 1 block away to 9th Avenue. And I bought 3 corn and a cup. I know how to peel them. I came home. I boil them. I don't have a table napkins. I don't have a tablecloth. I don't have a water glasses. But at 5 and 10, it was around the corner. So I say, I wait. I'm going to have the corn and the cup ready. I put him at the table to show him I have something ready for lunch. And then we go together and buy a few glasses, few forks, anyhow. So I put them on the table. I only have 1 dish. one glass. And I wait for him for the compliments he give it to me. I already have something lunch ready. He came in and he saw the corn and the cup. He says to me, "What is that?" I read. I say, "You told me they're nice. They're very nice," he says. "Yes," he says, "I told you they're very nice. But that's not enough. We have to have something else." I say, "John, next time tell me what you like it, name them, I'm going to buy them, but I don't know how to cook them." So he says to me, "Come out with me." So he took me back to 9th Avenue, we buy some canned stoves, and we come back, and then we went to 5 and 10, bought some glasses, some forks and knives, and we make it. Now, everything was started. We try very, very soon. So, the meantime, one day he says to me, "You know, something else." Irene says to me, "I missed roast leg of lamb in the oven." I say to him, I say, "John, we have no roasting pan, we have nothing, because I don't know how to cook it." And then he says to me, "You know, we buy the leg of lamb and you put it thick garlic in it, or you make." I say, "Pa, forget it now, maybe next week." So that was the, then we started family, very little bit. Soon we came into America, 3 months married. We started to have the first child. I was by myself, and I registered in the 17th Street, Manhattan General Hospital, lying in clinic. And then I have my first daughter over there. And when he took me to the hospital, I don't speak not a bit of English. One day, when I feel like I have a leg, I said to him, "John, don't go to work, because I think I need to go to the hospital." So he took me, and the nurse came in. My husband explained to him what it was all about, and she tell him to stay out in the hall, wait to see if I keep me in, if they admit it, or I go back home. So after I see they give me a shower, they take my things off, they put me on short robe, they put me at the elevator. I said to her, I don't know how she understood me. I say, "My husband." She says to me, "Your husband go home." And I don't know what she meant, go home. They took me upstairs. It was Sunday, July 19, 1925. They took me upstairs 2:30 in the afternoon. Sunday, I have my first child. Now, after I have the child, they took me to work with another people. My husband don't allow to come to see me. If I was 8 days, they used to keep us in bed. This time, I was in bed 8 days. Only when they bring the baby to me to see, I whisper to the baby. I lost my voice. Nobody talked to me because they know I don't understand. My husband used to send me letters upstairs. He says, "Irene, I came in, but I'm not allowed, except if you're up a weekend, I allow to visit you. So don't worry, couple more days, I take you home." So I was almost deaf. One day, when they I see the people, when they put the ladies down from bed, they bring their wheelchair to put them up. I say, "Oh, if they let me get up, I run in, get out from this world." But it was now when I put my one leg down, I was shaking like anything. Anyhow, so 8 days, I don't see my husband. I only whisper to the baby a little bit. They come and took me to another big room. They put me in bed, sit up. The nurse came and gave me some kind of toothpicks with a cotton. And I don't know what I was going to do with them. I hold them in my hand and I look in everybody, the rest of the ladies, to tell me. So one woman from the end of the room, she spoke to me in Greek. I said to her, "Lady, for 10 days now, 9 days now, I don't say a word because I don't speak English." I said to her, "Please tell me what means I asked them where was my husband. They told me, your husband go home. What mean go home? She explained to me, they told me your husband went home. This is the only time I learn English first. I know when you say go home, he went home. Now, I said to her, what am I going to do with that toothpick? She says, they put the cotton around to clean the baby's ears. So I said to myself, thank God I learned another thing. So Vary was in a 12 days, I don't see my husband. They don't allow him to see me. I only whisper with the baby. I almost lost my voice. So when he called me, the nurse came up with the baby's clothes. I dressed the baby. The nurse picked up the baby, and we went down. So when my husband sees the baby, instead to grab the baby first time, he grabbed me to kiss me. And the nurse says to him, hey, Papa, take care of you baby first and then take the wife. Well, and then we came back to 308 West 44th Street and 8th Avenue, and we started a family, thank God. I'm very proud. First of all, I'm very proud. I'm in America and the United States. I respect the country, and I'm grateful what we have in this beautiful country of us. Now, another problem. I started taking care of the baby by myself. I had to go back and forth to the hospital to check up the baby. Always I had to ask somebody to help me to take me, because my English was still very, very poor. And then I started to have another baby. 9 months after the new baby, I started to have the second one too. And then, when I started to have my second daughter, the rules of the hospital, as I said before, I delivered my baby there in the 17th Street line in hospital, and the rules, if you have the first child in the hospital, and then the next, how many you have, the doctors obligated to come home. You register again in the hospital, and then they have to come home when you call them, you feel to deliver the baby. But a day, I suppose they take it, a trolley car from 17th Street, come to 42nd Street, 2nd Avenue, take the cross town, coming to 44th Street, 8th Avenue, to have me, to help me in my house. By the time we came home, the baby was already in the couch. Thank God the janitor, she came up, I called her from the yard, she was cleaning, she came up and helped me. She says to me, in Greek, she says to me, my husband, how they say encourage. She told me, Irene, Kurayo Irene. So thank God, my second daughter, she delivered in the couch. So thank God, everything works well. But after that, I got sick, and I got pneumonia, and I was going back and forth from the doctor's office for injections and everything. And thank God everything went all right again. And after that, I have my third daughter. My third daughter, it was, her name is Tessie. And after the daughter, I have the son, who's his doctor. It was James Gagney's brother, doctor from Queens. He delivered my son, and when we have the baby's boy, he was the happiest guy in the whole world. And after that son again, after 8 years, God bless us, we have another little girl, Athena, 8 years after, who the children raised her like a princess. She was a new baby to us, and we love her. We still love them all and everything. So now I might forget to say something with all this. 1952, I have a hysterectomy operation. And
1978.
In 86th Street is site, I forget the name of the hospital. And after that, the voice of all, 1978, I started complaining, different problems, not pain and nothing, but confused. I don't know what I was talking about. They took me to the different doctors. Doctor around the corner, he was no good. He don't know what he was talking. Sometimes he says, my daughter is taking me to him, and he says, I don't know what is your mother's problem. Maybe she has this, maybe she has that. Finally, one day they put me in the car and they drive me to North Shore University Hospital, and they kept me, I don't know how many days before they make a decision on what was my problem. So one day, the doctor came to my bed, sit in the bed and says to me, Mrs. Uvalekis, I'm going to be your doctor. Now, for the time being, I'm going to be your surgeon, but right now, I'm going to be your barber. So I look at him, I say, Doctor, you the doctor, whatever you have to do, you have to do. She says, I'm going to shave your head. You know, when I went to the lady's room, look in the mirror, and I saw my head, I was afraid. I say, take me, hide my head completely, keep it, I don't want to look myself. And then he says, in a few hours, I'm coming. So maybe it was about 5 o'clock. He took me up in the surgeon room, and 9.5 hours I was in the operate room, and thank God everything came out to be nothing. It was bad. Then he called up in my house. He let the children know it was everything clear so far. Everything, see, that was 1978. And then they used to bring, my husband, he was not well too. They used to bring the poor man with a wheelchair to look at me, but you see, I was not in good condition to feel happy when I saw him coming in the hospital and visit me. So 1980, September 5, I also lost my husband. So this is, I think, most of my life. I still feel proud. I'm still feel grateful for the America. God bless America, and God bless us all.